First. Now, I'm sure it's wonderful being know-it-alls, but there are certain situations where it's absolutely critical. And this is one of them. Dave, come with me. These guys are expert emergency responders. I want you to show me basic but core emergency response by performing CPR on this mannequin. Ready?
Sure.
Go.
Excuse me, are you okay? Are you okay? I know first aid.
What Dave and the rest of the know-it-alls don't know is the emergency personnel were not brought here to simply judge their ability to save an armless mannequin. Right outside the hangar doors, they've constructed an ultra-realistic accident scene with serious casualties, and these are real people. If they can't save a dummy, they're in real trouble.
Someone call 911.
Hello, you all right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, I'm not doing it right.
First thing was check for the airways, for the breathing, so that if he's going to vomit, he's going to be able to clear his airway.
You push down and you're probably going to crack some ribs there, but who cares? At this point, this person might be dying.
Last time I've had to deal with anything like this, these things didn't exist.
You can't be that old, but those have been around for a long time. Gentlemen, how did he do on the whole?
I think I'd struggle to pass it at 50.
You might want to take a CPR course to learn how to do it proper. Would you pass him or not? Be honest.
No. Well, I think Dave covered a lot of bases, but if he was ever to save that guy, unfortunately, I think it'd be a paraplegic because he probably broke his spine.
We all know that we failed miserably in that challenge.
We're in a car accident tomorrow. I'm not sure I can do that.
But now they have to, and sooner than they ever imagined. The know-it-alls will be first responders to an accident involving 5 vehicles. There are 7 serious casualties and some hazards with the potential to kill people if not managed properly.
Get us out of here, please!
The know-it-alls must take control of the situation and save as many people as possible while our experts judge their performance. The first thing they'll see is a scooter driver who's been struck by a tanker truck.
What's the worst thing one of the know-it-alls could do to this person in this situation?
The worst thing they could do is try getting this patient up because we don't know whether we have a neck injury or back injury.
Close by are 2 people in a pickup. One of the victims is unconscious, while smoke pours out from under the crumpled hood.
If you don't see flames, it's not actually a fire.
That's right.
Next, there are 3 people in a station wagon who have hit a hydro pole and are now trapped under potentially live wires.
You have to imagine an invisible field around these lines. You want to keep at least 10, 20 feet away. Stand back, yell at them, tell them to stay in the vehicle until help arrives.
And finally, an unconscious driver who was thrown from her vehicle when it flipped over.
We're talking about major injuries because spinal problems, fractured pelvis, legs, head injury, neck, she could be paralyzed. They need to come in, make sure this airway stays open, and that she's able to breathe on her own and stabilize her.
Right. Your performance in there was not your best.
No. Hey, it was great though, because I just reinforced what I knew I needed to do when I got home. So.
All right. This is the real thing.
Oh no.
Seriously? Ready? Go.
Somebody help! You got a phone? What happened? Phone 911 right away.
Thomas is flustered, but his first reaction is right.
All right, it's okay. Help is coming.
A call to 911. But he's so focused on this one victim, he hasn't noticed the rest of the carnage.
Oh my God, there's more. Okay, stay with him. It was horrifying. People shrieking and screaming. And traumatic is an understatement. All right, I'm hearing unconscious.
And more than any of the other know-it-alls, Thomas should be prepared for a challenge like this.
In my life, I'm trying to be prepared for every eventuality.
Thomas's home is only a 20-minute drive from the city of Prince Albert, but he's off the grid, and he thinks this qualifies him as a true survivor.
You have your jobs cut out for you all year long. If I don't put up wood here, we die. If I don't make sure that our water management is in place, we die. It's rough. It really is.
And he's convinced that he can deal with any emergency.
Somebody's bleeding, I can fix that. When your life is on the line, you're amazing what you can do.
So, here's his chance to see just what he can do in a life and death scenario. Thomas is drawn to the desperate cries of the trapped victims close by. On his way to the car, he sees the live wire and backs away.
Okay, whoa,
But he's really starting to panic.
I don't know what to do with that. I don't even want to be around that. It bothers me when I can't help someone that's in dire need. You guys, everything's on fire. You can stay right there for right now.
I think my vehicle's on fire and Sean is not responsive. Please help me.
Come on, get out of here.
Thomas handles this situation well.
I want you to be in a safe location, okay? Just step back and look right now.
He doesn't move the unconscious passenger
I don't want to touch this guy because his neck might be broken.
and determines there's no risk of fire.
We're not on fire. I don't have an explosive risk here. He's going to be okay. He's just unconscious, okay?
Well done. But the trapped passengers are still beckoning him.
All of those people have loved ones, people that care about them, and what if those people were my loved ones, the people that I cared about? Just calm down. You'll be okay. Is anybody hurt physically?
His emotions overtake him, and the desperate screams draw him closer.
What are your injuries?
And he goes past the point of no return. Despite Thomas's good intentions, the live wires draped over the car would have killed him the second he touched it.
Anybody got any first aid training over there, Rob? None. We have a doctor in the crowd? No. I don't know what to do over here with this one. We're just running scattered here. I felt outmatched, and at one point I even threw my hands up and said, I'm out. I had nothing left, guys.
For Thomas, this was a wake-up call.
I put my life, my wife's life at risk on almost a daily basis. You know, this was a shocker for me because I know now that I'm not as prepared as I need to be for emergencies. I hope to God I never, ever see that in real life.
What you learned today, how's it going to impact you living in northern Saskatchewan? What are you going to do now?
I'm going right away to take a first responders course.
Well, if you don't score very high, you might be doing that tomorrow. All right, let's go.
Thomas calls himself a survivor, but wouldn't have survived in this situation. Wayne's next. And as a certified snowboard instructor, he should have first aid training. But can he climb this mountain?
How you doing? You okay?
All right, my back hurts.
You back? Okay, okay. Can somebody call 911?
Wayne quickly identifies the first victim's injuries.
Captain, don't move. Try to move as little as possible.
The guy said he couldn't feel his feet, so, it's a spinal injury.
And like Thomas, Wayne is consumed with victim number one.
Oh, it hurts so much.
And fails to notice the other six right in front of him.
Just relax. Just keep talking. Keep breathing.
Eventually, the screams of the other victims draw him away.
Stay here. I see another person. I have to go and check them, okay, man?
And like Thomas, Wayne is feeling overwhelmed and helpless.
Your adrenaline is pumping. Panicking won't help you. It's highly emotional. You know you're in over your head.
But unlike Thomas, he doesn't try to save the day all by himself.
Excuse me. Come here. You have a phone?
No.
Okay.
Wayne correctly assigns bystanders simple tasks.
Can you go and stay with that gentleman up there? Please? Just get your vehicle out of the way, okay?
So he doesn't have to attend to all of the victims at once.
Let us go to the girl first.
Has she said anything? Nothing? Don't move her. We don't know the extent of her injuries.
Wisely, he saves the most vocal victims until the end.
When people are screaming a lot, they're generally not hurt that bad.
Just stay with him. Keep him talking, okay? But make sure he doesn't move.
But eventually, he too is drawn to the station wagon. He runs directly into a real danger zone. And to what would have been the end of him.
Would have been nice to have seen that wire.
Breathe easy.
And if that wasn't enough, he asks a bystander to help and leads him to an early grave suit.
Wayne, were you aware that you walked a live man into a danger zone with that live wire?
I didn't see the live wire. Yeah, there's Steve now. Yeah. I know through my lack of knowledge that if that was a real situation, somebody's dead.
Wayne also finds this challenge to be all too real and a bitter pill to swallow. And for the remaining know-it-alls, it will prove to be even harder.
Pretty good out there on a dummy. Let's see how you do in real life. You ready?
I think so.
Go!
Is the truck off? Is the truck off? Are you okay? Is the truck off? Are you okay? Are you okay? Call 911. You got a cell phone? You got a cell phone?
Jennifer launches into action with the first victim.
Oh, stay there, stay there. Call 911, okay?
And given her military background, she should be equipped to handle a crisis like this.
I've been in scenarios like this that were absolutely knuckle-busting scary.
At a young age, Jennifer joined the Navy and worked as a nuclear engineer aboard aircraft carriers.
I was 23 years old, and I was in charge of 2 nuclear reactors. We had to understand what they did and how to react to them if something went wrong. It really made me understand that if I don't do my job right, people will die. It is that simple.
But simple is the last word to describe Jennifer's duty now.
I just felt so helpless that I didn't have any input. I kept thinking in my mind, who can I ask? What's next? Am I supposed to let traffic through? I don't know. I say no, so get the hell back. Excuse me. Stop, please. Stop, please. We need to get out of here. My heart didn't know that was fake. I don't know how else to say it. Can anybody help me? Sorry, you look strong. Come help me and lift this man out. Come on. This car's going to be on fire.
But it's not on fire. Without visible flames, Jennifer should leave this unconscious victim in the truck.
The car's going to be on fire.
But she doesn't, and carries the victim to a place even more dangerous.
I've seen live wires before. I've seen how down power lines look, and in my mind, they pop and spark and there's things going on, so those wires are dead.
No, Jennifer, it's actually you would be dead. Yes, she placed him down gently, but directly onto a potentially live power cable, killing herself, the accident victim, and the helpful bystander.
Please, you gotta help us!
And the body count has just begun.
All right, let's get you guys out of the car. Getting those people out of that car made perfect sense to me.
You gotta get us out.
Oh, calm down. I want you to bring your head out and come out, and I'm going to help you get out of the car. Come on.
As Jennifer extracts each victim, the potentially live wires draping the car would fatally electrocute each person the second their feet hit the asphalt.
I have to just keep going. I have to keep moving. I have to keep checking. You're not allowed to quit.
And with the last person, death count is 6.
Are you breathing? Are you okay?
Luckily, the firemen arrived before Jennifer can do any more damage.
How would my mother explain to their families what I did wrong? Oh my gosh, there would be 4 funerals. 4 funerals.
Actually, Jennifer, your math is off.
Jennifer killed several.
5.
5.
And then herself.
Sid, I hope you learned something out there, because now you're going to put it into practice, for real. Ready?
Yes. The last words he spoke to me was, let's see how you do for real. And the door opened, and it was just carnage.
Go!
In my head, it wasn't fake. Those were real victims. It was a real accident.
I want you to just stay here. Just wait here. I'm going to be right back.
It was a horrible thing to stumble into.
The instant intensity of the scene has jolted Ted's brain into survival mode.
Please, you gotta help us!
And for the next 10 minutes,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
he forgets the competition. He thinks this is real. He turns the unconscious victim on her side to ensure her air passage is clear. Good move. With the woman in a safe position, Ted turns his attention to the station wagon.
Don't open the door. Don't try to get out. This car's locked. Sit there. Shut up. Sit there. Don't move. Don't move.
I yelled at them and portrayed anger consciously. I was trying to scare them into staying in the car. We don't want to get out with this crazy man now.
But unfortunately, the crazy man would already be dead because he's way too close to the wires.
Have you got a cell phone?
No, I don't have a cell phone.
Have you got a radio?
No, I don't have anything.
Have you got a quarter?
I have nothing.
The only real anger I felt was at the driver who wouldn't go to a payphone.
You gotta go phone 911.
Man, I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Sorry, man.
And
I didn't know what to do next, and I thought all I can do is keep the situation from getting worse.
okay, we're gonna move her away from this car first of all.
The unconscious girl, I was quite worried about. It looked like the car was starting on fire, so I thought I'm going to have to move her.
Then things get worse.
Grab her arm.
Yep.
We're gonna pick her up. We're just gonna move her back.
Oh, wait.
Moving this victim without a stretcher could put her in a wheelchair for life.
Can you just stay with her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ted is exhausted, but he realizes he hasn't checked on the fallen scooter driver since he came out.
Are you still awake? Okay. What hurts?
In Ted's altered reality, this victim may have a real spinal injury. So, he does some tests.
You feel that?
All very real. And one very personal.
Okay, forgive me. Okay. Two in the car there. Guy over there. Touch him.
I don't think I gave him any information. There's a... That's how I was talking.
I thought it was real. I felt sick. This didn't look staged at all. This looked really real. And I'm the only guy here.
Tell me what happened with the motorcyclist here.
He said he couldn't feel anything. If you got a spinal injury, you get an involuntary erection, priapism. So I grabbed his crutch to see if he had.
Okay. Because he wants to send you flowers. Okay. How accurate was that?
Very, very accurate. You know, priapism is a result of spinal injury.
He totally knew something I didn't.
Ted's done, and now there's just one last know-it-all left to tackle this challenge. If Dave can be the best lifesaver among this five, he'll save himself from elimination.
Dave, as it stands, you're in the danger zone right now. You have the opportunity to save yourself. And a bunch of other people too. Are you ready? Sure.
Of the five remaining know-it-alls, Dave has the most at stake in this challenge. He finished last in the first challenge, and if he can finish first here, he gets a reprieve from the danger zone, and the two lowest scores from this challenge land there instead.
Okay, I'll be right back to you, okay? It felt so real, the people screaming.
Unlike the other know-it-alls, Dave doesn't get consumed by the first victim, but surveys and assesses the entire scene first. Smart.
Please, you gotta help get us out! No! And their fear, you could feel it. And then because they were afraid, it just drove right into you and made you afraid too. Does somebody have a phone?
Instead of panicking, Dave calmly takes control of the situation.
Can you run and get help? Go to the nearest house, call 911. Tell them where we are and come back to me, okay? I just had this thing and I call it robot mode. You just shut off all emotions and your brain just works. Can you go out here and control traffic so no one else comes by? Watch him for here. Do not go near those wires. It's how you can operate and think straight in overwhelming chaos. Can you go and talk to that man lying on the ground? Just comfort him. Listen, do
not get out of the car. Electrical wires here. If you step out of the car, you can be killed. Help is coming. Stay calm.
And he's the only know-it-all who avoids being killed by the power cables. Well done. But this is not new to Dave. As a peacekeeper in war-torn Bosnia, he dealt with chaos on a regular basis.
I've been trained to do that. We've been desensitized in the military for that, and I've experienced it in real life as well. I was rock climbing with a very good friend of mine, and we were halfway up, and he slipped and fell. His jaw was hanging down here, one eye was pointed off in this direction, and he was making a noise I never ever want to hear again. And I pulled him up onto my lap, and I held him there, and went into robot mode for sure, and it was 6 hours before a helicopter came.
After critical surgery and a 6-month stay in the hospital, Dave's friend fully recovered.
I did what anyone would have done. I had the knowledge to help out my friend. No one would have turned away. I don't know, it makes me a hero.
Hey guys, hey, we have down power lines here. We have a car that may be burning. This one they said might be burning as well, but I don't think it's too bad. We have unconscious but breathing with a pulse, unconscious breathing with a pulse. We have a possible spinal injury at the front of the truck hit by a scooter.
The adrenaline just kept me focused, and as soon as it was over, it was just such a release. Wow. You guys are awesome. That was cool.
How do you think you did?
I think I did okay.
Good enough to avoid the danger zone, you think?